Welcome back to Grammar Grade 7. This is Unit 7, Lesson 43, and we're diving into clauses and complex sentences. Today, you'll learn how one part of a sentence can stand tall on its own, while another part leans on it to make sense. Put those two parts together, and you get something called a complex sentence. By the end, you'll be able to tell the two kinds of clauses apart in a heartbeat. Let's get started. Before we build anything, let's lock in one word: clause. A clause is simply a group of words that has a subject and a predicate. Here's the key idea. Some clauses can stand alone as a full sentence, and some clauses cannot. That single difference, whether a clause can stand on its own or not, is what today's whole lesson is built on. So let's meet both kinds, one at a time. First, the main clause, also called an independent clause. It has a subject and a predicate, and it expresses one complete thought. Take this one. The stadium lights flickered on. There's the subject, the stadium lights, and there's the predicate, flickered on. A vertical line marks where one side ends and the other begins. Because it's a complete thought, this main clause can stand all alone as its own sentence. Full stop, and you're done. Now the subordinate clause, also called a dependent clause, and it's trickier. It also has a subject and a predicate. Listen, when the music stopped. There's a subject, the music, and a predicate, stopped. So why isn't this a sentence? Because that little word, when, leaves you hanging. When the music stopped, then what? It can't finish the thought on its own. It leans on a main clause to complete its meaning. That's exactly why we call it subordinate or dependent. Here's the test that never fails. Ask, can these words stand alone as a sentence? Watch. We found our seats. Yes, that's a complete thought, so it's a main clause. Now I add one small word in front, because we found our seats. Suddenly, it won't stand alone. Because we found our seats, what happened then? That one word, because, turned a full sentence into a subordinate clause. Words such as because, when, although, since, and if all do the same thing. They make a clause lean. Now we can build the sentence this lesson is named for, the complex sentence. A complex sentence has one main clause and one or more subordinate clauses joined together. Listen, the crowd cheered when the band appeared. The crowd cheered is the main clause. It could stand alone. When the band appeared is the subordinate clause. It could not. Snap them together and you have a complex sentence, one part that stands and one part that leans. One more helpful thing. The subordinate clause doesn't have to come second. It can lead the way. Both of these say exactly the same thing. The crowd cheered when the band appeared. And when the band appeared, the crowd cheered. When the subordinate clause comes first, we usually set it off with a comma. Same complex sentence, just rearranged. So stay flexible about where the leaning part sits. Here's what makes subordinate clauses so powerful. A whole clause can do the job of a single part of speech. It can act as an adjective, telling us which one. It can act as an adverb, telling us how, when, or why. Or it can act as a noun, naming a person, place, or thing right inside the sentence. 3 jobs, 1 clause. Let's see each one in action. Let's see all 3 at work. First, an adjective clause. The song that we practiced sounded great. The clause that we practiced tells us which song, exactly what an adjective does. Second, an adverb clause. We rested after the long hike ended. The clause after the long hike ended tells us when we rested, the job of an adverb. Third, a noun clause. Whoever arrives first picks the movie. The clause whoever arrives first names who does the picking. It's the subject, so it's doing the work of a noun. One kind of clause, 3 different jobs. Let's boil it all down to a quick check. For any sentence, ask two things. First, is there a part that could stand alone as its own sentence? That's your main clause. Second, is there another part that can't stand alone, that leans on the first? That's your subordinate clause. If you find one main clause and at least one leaning clause, you're looking at a complex sentence. Ready to practice a few together? Time to practice. In this first set, I'll show you a group of words. Decide whether it's a main clause, which can stand alone, or a subordinate clause, which cannot. Use the standalone test. Pause the video and choose before I reveal the answer. After the sun went down. Try the test. Can this stand alone? After the sun went down, then what? The word after leaves it hanging, so it can't be a sentence by itself. So the answer is subordinate clause. The whole team celebrated. Can this stand alone? Yes, it's a complete thought all by itself, with a subject and a predicate and no word making it lean. So the answer is main clause. Which my aunt painted last summer. It has a subject, my aunt, and a predicate, painted last summer. But the word which makes it depend on something else. Which my aunt painted, what did? It can't stand alone. So the answer is subordinate clause. In this second set, each sentence contains a subordinate clause. Decide what job that clause is doing. Is it acting as an adjective, an adverb, or a noun? Ask what the clause tells you, or where it sits. Pause and choose before I answer. We stayed inside because the storm arrived. The subordinate clause is because the storm arrived. Ask what it tells you. It explains why we stayed inside. Telling why is the job of an adverb, so the answer is adverb. The trophy that she won gleamed on the shelf. The subordinate clause is that she won. Ask what it does. It tells us which trophy. Describing which one is the job of an adjective, so the answer is adjective. What the coach said inspired the players. Here, the subordinate clause is what the coach said, and look where it sits. It's the subject of the sentence, the thing that did the inspiring. Naming a thing like that is the job of a noun, so the answer is noun. Let's gather up what we learned. A main clause has a subject and a predicate, and it can stand alone as a complete sentence. A subordinate clause has a subject and a predicate too, but a word like when, because, or that makes it lean, so it cannot stand alone. Join one main clause with one or more subordinate clauses, and you get a complex sentence. And remember, a subordinate clause is versatile. It can act as an adjective, an adverb, or a noun, all inside a single sentence. Use the standalone test whenever you're unsure. Wonderful work today. I'll see you in the next lesson.